Hey everybody, this is Tim Charron, and welcome to my brand new podcast called The Charron Zone. Blah, 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 blah. Download your free guide to booking gigs at howtobookgigs.com. Welcome to The Charron Zone. I am here with my dear friend, Miss Erica Sunshine Lee. What's going on, Erica?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. You're in Georgia Peach?
Yeah, I'm back at my folks' house in Northeast Georgia, my hometown, Elberton, the granite capital of the world. And I'm just chilling like the granite here, just waiting for this COVID to be over.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, we might as well go right into it. How are you making out physically and mentally after, I'm sure, like we all having all of our gigs canceled and staying at home?
It's been really weird because I've been on the road full time for 12 years. I usually play like 250, 300 shows a year. So to sleep in the same bed for 3 weeks has been the first time since I started touring 12 years ago. So it's been a record. It's been great to spend time with the family. It's been great for songwriting. I've still been able to co-write with some people thanks to technology like this and FaceTime write. But it is definitely strange not playing every night. But not only is it weird because you're just used to it, and as your habit, you get to see people, you get to interact live with the crowd. But it's definitely weird to not have any kind of income or money for the last 2 months. So I hope we'll get back to normal soon. But I'm really blessed that I've had a lot of followers on Facebook and Instagram still be really supportive. And I've been doing a live feed, a stream every Friday at 4:20. So that people can tune in on 4:20 Eastern and to get a little fix. That's right. I got a couple songs, Taking the High Road. And so it's been really interesting. It's a totally new way of doing things for me because usually I'm on stage interacting with people and laughing and joking around. And when you get done playing a song, it's completely silent. So that's kind of weird.
It reminds me of my old days of I was telling Smidge, she's like, because I'm going to do I got a live stream gig where next week I'm going to this mall in Lauderdale, and they are doing like a happy hour where they're going to have me and my guitar player do a duo set, and it's just going to live stream. And she was like, that's going to be weird though, like playing for nobody. And I was like, that doesn't matter. I did that so many times at the beginning of my career.
Exactly. It's like crickets. Yeah. I know. You're like, please say something. No, I'm going to get a applause machine in the background or something. Sometimes my parents are walking through, so they'll clap for me and make me feel really good. Just like back in the day when I started.
Exactly.
Thanks, Mom.
So this, we're going to have you play some songs from your new album and all that stuff. So this is going to be both a music business podcast and for music fans. But what I wanted to ask you, which we were just talking about, is like, so how are you dealing with the loss of income and just the loss of being able to go out on the road and perform?
Well, I mean, I really had no choice. And so you just buckle down and you just keep praying and trusting God that we'll be able to get back to this normal life soon. And I've had a lot of people have been really supportive, like on the shows on streaming every Friday at 4:20, and they'll send in requests and tips. Thank goodness for Venmo and PayPal. The virtual tip jars have been helpful. And my good friend American Express has been my #1 sponsor through this tough time. So that's kind of been crazy. And just being able to see people and laugh and joke around and have fun after the show. I mean, it's totally different now. You get done playing and you're like, okay, that was it. I click end and it's over. What do I do now? So it's definitely weird because usually you're packing up and you're BSing with fans and friends afterwards for 2-3 hours. So yeah, it's definitely a unique kind of experience. But I mean, I'm just grateful to still have that to be able to play.
Yeah. You're making me miss it even more now. I'm getting sad.
I know. It's like, well, at least the drinking sales are up. Even if the whole economy crashes, at least there's still alcohol.
That's true. That is true. So let's talk a little bit about your career. What are some maybe highlights of your career? thus far?
So as a
Besides
performer,
being on my podcast, what are some of the highlights?
clearly, I mean, writing a song with Tim Charron.
Yeah, we'll start with number 2.
So I've gotten to tour some pretty incredible places. I've toured internationally. Like being able to play at a music festival, a country line dance and music festival in Italy was so memorable because you've got like all these amazing Italians that are dressed head to toe in Western wear, and they're line dancing to my song. I mean, those are pretty incredible moments. Of course, the tiramisu there is amazing. But the world's largest music festival, I've played 4 times up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at Summerfest, and opening for Randy Housen was like epic. It was awesome on a Saturday night. Tim McGraw was playing on another stage, and Chris Stapleton was playing down the way, and I think P. Diddy was playing that night. So it was just really cool. I've gotten to play some pretty epic venues like the Georgia Theater, where I'm from, near Athens, Georgia, and the Great American Music Hall in San Francisco. And it took me a while to get into those gigs, but luckily, you know, after a lot of persistence and many years of just beating down doors, I finally got in. And the Tamworth Country Music Festival down in Australia was pretty epic. So I don't know, it's hard to pick just one. And sometimes the most memorable concerts are really small, intimate places where you can hear a pin drop and people come up afterwards and say like, oh, that song really meant a lot to me because like I've lost somebody special, or I've been through addiction, or like that's my story. So getting to get a top 40 song recorded by Mark Bray in the last 6 months, is called I Just Need a Drink, was one of the most memorable as a songwriter. So I guess as an artist it's so different because I'm thinking of like, where did I perform? But as a songwriter, sitting down to write a song with Porter Howell that wrote one of your favorite songs, like he wrote God Bless Texas by Little Texas, and then he also wrote What Might Have Been, which is one of my childhood favorite songs ever. So sitting in the writer's room with number one songwriters and trying to come up with like earth-shattering lyrics, you're just like, whoa, this is really happening. I'm like fangirl right now, but I need to be like a songwriter. So those are pretty cool moments.
That is awesome. I want to go back to something that you talked about, and we talked a little bit about before we got on about the music business and the perseverance and tenacity that it takes to really to have any success. Can you talk about that? Because like we were saying before we started rolling, you know, a lot of people will see your highlight reel, you know, they'll see your success in these great shows and you know, the songs that you're getting cut and on the radio. But like, what's it like behind the scenes to get?
What they don't see is definitely a lot of hidden moments that they miss out when you're sleeping in your car, driving to the next gig, and you're dead dog tired, and you're waking up at 6 a.m. for a radio tour. Or how do you even get a radio tour? I mean, there's just so many breadcrumbs along the way. I've been a musician for the past 15 years professionally, and so it does not happen overnight. 12 years ago, I quit my job. I was a car salesman, so I guess that did give me a lot of just thick skin for being able to take rejection. My boss always said, it takes 10 no's to get a yes. And so when you're selling anything, especially yourself, it's going to take time. You've got to knock down doors. You got to send a lot of emails. You got to make a lot of phone calls. And then when they tell you no, you have to follow up in 2 or 3 or 4 months, and you have to swing by there, and you have to drop your photo and your new CD off for the radio station to check out, to throw in the trash again. And sometimes it takes your 9th album before people start playing your music and before people start booking you at their show. And it's just been like a total roller coaster. And I know that we were talking about earlier, like, the persistence does pay off. If you have talent and if you have drive and if you have the will and you just have thick skin, you have to keep going after it. And I spent 7 years emailing the Georgia Theater. I was like, I want to play there so bad. Like, it was.
And I want to stop you right there, right? Because we talked about this before. You just said you emailed them for 7 years. So I want everybody listening and watching to really think about that. 7 years of your life literally 7 years of getting rejected, and then you crack the code and you get the gig. But that's a long time, and you know, people need to I think it's important that people in the music business, you know, understand, like, you really have to be consistent and persevere through all this.
You do. And one thing I also learned is it's funny because sometimes they just miss your email. Sometimes they like you and want to book you, but they get busy and they forget to call you back. And so it's not always a personal rejection. Sometimes it's literally just a chance that they just forgot. So you need to follow up, just because then you're fresh on their mind, and then they might go, oh yeah, I need to get back to her. And I know that I've forgotten to text people back or email them back because I've been in the middle of something, and you don't mean to. So, but in that instance, like, you also have to earn the right to play certain venues. You have to show them that you're in it for the long haul, and they don't want to just book somebody that's going to show up and play and leave. They want to book somebody that's going to bring them fans and that's going to sell out the venue and come back time and time and time again. So for me, it was really special because it took me so long to reach out, to contact them, send them new songs. Sometimes the person that books it leaves. They have either totally quit working there, or they've gotten in a fight with the owner. Like, you don't know their situation. And so instead of thinking they don't want me to play there, it's like, no, they want me to play there. They just need to know why. So you need to prove your worth. You need to prove your best song. You need to send them your newest video. You send them something new every time. It's not just bugging them like, can I play there? Can I play there? Can I give them a reason why? Because I feel like if you think that they need you, you're wrong. Like, yes, they can find another person to play there next week. It's tell them why they need you to play there. Like, I am from there. I have a local following. I'm releasing a new album. I can bring this many people. And when you provide the value for the venue, that's when the light bulb goes off and they go, maybe we will. Even if it's an opening act. I mean, one thing I've learned is, like, you're never too big to play anywhere. You're never too small to play anywhere either, because it could take, 7 years and you could actually headline it four times since then. And so, yeah, those little, I guess, nuggets to remind yourself of, like, even if you got rejected, even if they say, no, we don't have any slots at this time, okay, when can I follow up? Or just in 6 months, send them an email, or 3 months, send them an email, or drop by and hand them a CD and say, hey, I'd really love to play here still. And I've got to headline the Great American Music Hall. That was the same situation. About 6 or 7 years it took me to get that show as well. And since then, I've had like 4 or 5 album release parties there. And through the years, like, certain places that I never knew if I was capable or qualified to play. When you start out, you don't think you can play anywhere, so you play everywhere for free. And then you start to realize, like, you're what you're worth, and you can continue to build and grow as a performer, as a songwriter. And, you get better if you keep doing it, just like anything else, practice.
Amen. I love it. I love it. So let's talk about your new album, Bulletproof. Tell us a little bit about this.
So excited. This is my 9th album. It's got 20.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. There's 20 songs on this album.
Wow.
So I am giving y'all a lot of new music. And this was a really cool project because I wanted it to be, it's not as tropical. I know some people thought, like, the last album was kind of tropical rock, which I've been a country singer-songwriter for 12 years. So I write whatever comes up, comes out. Sometimes it's real life about my faith. Sometimes it's broken relationships. Sometimes it's true love. Sometimes it's heartache. And sometimes it's a drinking song or other remedies that might be out there. Sometimes you just can't skinny dip, so you have to chunky dunk. So I just preach the gospel. Whatever comes up, comes out. But this whole album is kind of cool because it mixes some of the heartache, some of the positive inspiration to get through life. And I just felt like overall where I am in my life, that these songs, it's kind of like the relationships and the troubles and the trials of life that you've been through. You can still kind of rise above at the end, and you do get stronger. So, I mean, through everything, being on the road for 12 years, through some of the heartache and breakups and the life beating you down, the tornadoes and the hurricanes and all these disasters that have happened, I just feel like I've come out on top, and I've been stronger through it. So that's why I came up with the title Bulletproof. And it just tells the story front to back. There's a lot of different styles in this album. It's overall very country and country rock, but it kind of goes back and forth, a little bit of soul, a little bit of almost funk in 1 or 2 songs. And then I ended it up with my first recorded cover, a song Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. That's always been one of my favorites. It was the first song I covered at an open mic back in 2004, I believe, in California. So it's always been really special to me. And the partner that I was playing with at the time, he has since passed, so I definitely wanted to leave that as kind of a tribute to him.
Oh, that's sweet. Awesome. Do you have something that you can play from the record?
Yeah, I wrote this tune with my friend Bill DeLuigi, and we had just gone on a mission trip with our church to Kenya, and just kind of had us thinking about how life has so many, wonderful things that we get to experience, and sometimes everybody has a tendency to look at the negative or get bogged down by the troubles of life, but we were thinking there's so many other things that could be wrong and all the first world problems that we experience. So we came up with this. It's called Groove At It. That alarm goes off, you wish it would stop. Can't stand your boss, but at least you got a job. Hey, don't worry about it when the traffic jams like an angry guitar. Running late again, but at least you got a car. Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If your ride just gone wrong and your ride just won't come on, tired of singing that same old song, throw a little groove at it. Stuck in that same old rut, and you're down, need to pick me up. Tap your feet and shake that butt, just throw a little groove at it. Lose your troubles like a bad habit, like a rhythm and blues at it. Just throw a little groove at it. Hey! Get your heart all broke, don't cry yourself to sleep. There's no one thing that I know, time will find you a brand new beat. Hey, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. If your ride just gone wrong and your ride just won't come on, tired of singing that same old song, throw a little groove at it. Stuck in that same old rut and you're down, need to pick me up. Tap your feet and shake that butt, just throw a little groove at it. Lose your troubles like a bad habit, like a rhythm and blues at it. Just throw a little groove at it. Hey. Yeah, find a sound that soothes your soul. You don't need money, you don't need gold. All it takes is a little music and you'll get through it. Sing it again. Find a sound that soothes your soul. You don't need money, you don't need gold. All it takes is a little music and you'll get through it long enough. If your eyes just go wrong, your eyes just won't come on, tired of singing that same old song, throw a little groove at it. Stuck in that same old rut, and you're down, need to pick me up. Tap your feet and shake that butt, just throw a little groove at it. Lose your troubles like a bad habit, like a rhythm and blues at it. Slide the vinyl right out the jacket, just throw a little groove at it.
Yeah! Woo, we need the applause machine. Woo! Yeah. All right. So where can people get the record, the album, the CD, whatever we want to call it?
Y'all can get Bulletproof at ericasunshine.com. Just click store and I'll mail you a signed copy. But hurry, because there's only 900 copies left, so y'all better order fast.
Limited edition. I like that.
That's right.
I like
because
that.
I'm tired of carrying around dinosaur CDs and folks are just going to stream it for free. So I only ordered 1,000 and I got 100 of them sold. So y'all order them now while they're hot.
Get it on. Do you have another one that you could? We'll end with one more song.
Yeah, this song is kind of my mission and my album leading single. And I wrote this song in Costa Rica last year. It's kind of a message that's been personal to me. I wanted to share it with all the girls out there that no matter what they do and who they are, where they come from, they can make a big difference and change the world, no matter how old they are.
Ah, nice.
What were you going to say?
What part of Costa Rica?
I was in Costa. I was playing at the Four Seasons.
Is that northwest?
It's like near the other airport, the Costa, like maybe an hour north of Tamarindo.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Because I was in right near Tamarindo, or south of Tamarindo, and then down to Montezuma, and then went back to just Montezuma, which is
when were you there?
All the way south. Like a year and a half ago, and about
That's
2 years
crazy.
ago. Yeah.
So I was here December a year and a half ago.
Oh. Yeah. Probably the same.
So my first album, I have a song I wrote called Tamarindo. My first
Really?
album.
So
Yeah.
I've been to Costa Rica five times.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've only been, I think, 3, but it's so awesome. It's just like that epic getaway vacation place that you picture in your mind when you want to go on your happy place. To me, it's like Costa Rica. I love Key West too.
Yeah.
But just being in a different country and the different language and different food, it just like you're so far away. It feels like that was the first time I went there and I thought I got to unplug, and I lost my cell phone on the plane. It was like devastating, but it ended up being the best thing ever because I just got away. And I know that we never unplugged in 2020, but it was so nice to just escape everything and to just surf and chill on the beach and eat $2 tacos or whatever and just love it.
My plan.
So yeah, but this song is just
I was just gonna say my plan is to go for a month during the elections to get away from it all.
That's pretty smart. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe we should have like a tour.
I know, right? I'm like,
like,
I don't care what your political beliefs are, just be nice to people.
Yeah.
So this is kind of that theme. It's called Change the World.
Cool.
To the dreamer, the little princess, to the tomboy running at recess, to the prom queen or the shy teen playing flute in the high school band, to the freckled face with braces, thinking that you're never gonna make it, to the 10th grade, well, keep the faith, blink your eyes, you'll be graduating. I hear what you're saying, beautiful blue jean baby, with a clear heart of gold that somebody stole, tears rolling down your face. Hearts heal after they break, no matter what people say. At the end of the day, hey, you can be the girl that could change the world. You can be the girl that could change the world, change the world, change the world. Whoa, whoa. Waitress, or the teacher, or the mama sitting in the bleachers. It ain't ever too late to have dreams to chase. You're strong enough to be a leader. I hear you saying, beautiful blue jean baby, with a glitter heart of gold. Somebody stole, tears rolling down your face. Hearts heal after they break, no matter what people say. At the end of the day, hey, be the girl that could change the world. You can be the girl that could change the world, change the world, change the world. Whoa, whoa. We're not that different. Be comfortable in your own skin. Confidence comes from within. No matter who you are, you can make a difference. Not that different. Be comfortable in your own skin. Confidence comes from within. No matter who you are, you can make a difference. I hear what you're saying. Beautiful blue jean baby, with a glitter heart of gold. Somebody stole, tears rolling down your face. I hear what you're saying. Beautiful blue jean baby, with a glitter heart of gold. Somebody stole, tears rolling down your face. Hearts heal after they break, no matter what people say. At the end of the day, hey, you can be the girl that could change the world. You can be the girl that could change the world. You can be the girl that could change the world. You can be the girl that could change the world. Change the world, change the world. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, you can be the girl that can change the world. Beautiful blue jean baby. You can be the girl that can change somebody's world.
That's a beautiful message. So,
Thank you.
Erica, let everybody know one more time where they can check you out and find you and get the new album.
Y'all can check out the new album, Bulletproof, at ericasunshine.com and order your copy in the store. I've also got some t-shirts, koozies, CDs, Bad Bitch teacups, a multiple array of wonderful items you can take as a souvenir. And also you can get it at a show soon, hopefully, and be sure to add me on Bands in Town so you know when I'm in your neck of the woods, and come hang out at a show. We can't wait to spend time with fans and friends.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so very much for being on the Charron Zone.
And be sure to check out Redneck Riviera. I wrote with my buddy Tim Charron.
Yes, Redneck Riviera.
It's on
Check it
iTunes.
out. On iTunes, yes. Yes. All right. Thanks again
All right,
for
thanks
being
for
on. I appreciate it.
Thanks, see ya.